Over the years, technology has played a key role in shaping the music industry. Consider the progression from the phonograph and analog tape machines to digital recording software and internet-based streaming services. The past 2 decades of rapid innovation in digital technologies have particularly disrupted the music business at every level. Technology has changed how people create music. Composers can produce film scores from their home studios. Musicians can play for fans around the world through live stream performances. Songwriters can record albums and release them on digital distribution and streaming platforms without ever landing or signing a record deal. As a result, society is changing at a rapid rate, and the music industry is no different, embracing emerging technology to completely alter the way we consume and create music. From streaming to software, let's take a look at the 8 greatest technological advances that have shaped the music industry of today. Number 1. Multi-track recording. Multi-track recording may be taken for granted these days, but when it first became available in the mid-50s, it was the musical equivalent of humanity's first dabblings in aeronautics. Whereas previously musicians and sound engineers had to record a track as a whole, in just one take, multi-track enabled them to record separate parts of a song and then piece them together. It also allowed for individual tweaks to be made in specific sections of a song while adding many layers to a single instrument. And just like that, the recording industry was never the same again. Number 2. Autotune. No one is perfect, and our favorite artists are no different. Occasionally during vocal recordings, it's common for the odd note to be slightly off-pitch, just here and there of course, and really anything major, but it happens. The invention of autotune allowed pitch-faulty notes to be instantly and discreetly tweaked to the nearest semitone, making for pitch-perfect vocal performances every time. Though usually used subtly, some artists have used autotune to exaggerate their vocals, creating a new and original sound. Number 3. Digital software. Arguably, the biggest game changer has been the introduction of digital software into music production, allowing musicians of all abilities to write, record, and produce their songs to a reasonable quality, often from their bedrooms. Programs such as Logic and Pro Tools offer a range of exciting effects, plugins, and tools to help improve the sonic quality of music. Apple computers also come with their built-in software, GarageBand, which, although simple, is essentially the first step towards a home studio. Number 4. MP3 players and iPods. Remember when MP3 players came out? Well, if you don't, we assure you they quickly became all the rage, until iPods came along in 2001, that is. Although iPod sales started slowly, it quickly became the device for listening to music in public. Since then, Apple Music products have dominated and set the standard. It's hard to think back to the days of CD players and Walkmans when today, we can fit our entire music collections into one small, weightless, pocket-friendly handheld device. Number 5. Digital streaming software. This was a big one. Out of pretty much nowhere, all of a sudden, we could listen to anything we wanted anytime. Websites such as Napster, YouTube, and MySpace were among the early adopters of streaming, enabling musicians to upload their music for free and have it heard across the world, at the click of a button. More recently, we've seen the introduction of specific streaming sites such as SoundCloud, and whilst free, downloadable platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal allow listeners to enjoy music from every country, genre, and background without leaving their room. There have been downsides. However, with artists and labels earning less from their music, a battle that has changed the landscape of the music industry. Number 6. Loop pedals. There was once a time when you needed an entire band to play a song live. On the day loop pedals dropped, though other musicians became an added luxury, These handy little tools allow solo musicians to perform an entire song, of varying beats and instruments entirely by themselves with just the push of a button. Ed Sheeran is perhaps the most famous loop pedal user. Armed with just a loop pedal in his acoustic guitar, he manages to capture audiences in the same way a full 12-piece band can. Number 7. Musical Instrument Digital Interface. Before MIDI came along, if you wanted a trumpet part on a track, you'd have to get a trumpet player into the studio and record it. That's no longer the case and hasn't been for a long time, with songwriters composing elaborate bodies of work through synthesizers and music production software. In a nutshell, MIDI is like knowing the code behind the music. It allows electronic instruments and tools to communicate with each other, whilst also having the tools to alter a track substantially without having to re-record anything. Moreover, MIDI offers aspiring artists much more creative freedom and keeps overall cost of production to a minimum. Number 8. Smartphones, iPads, and apps. Music production isn't the only area new technology has shaped. The way we consume music has changed massively as well. Smartphones and tablets have made a huge impact on mass accessibility, from holding our music libraries to being able to purchase merchandise and concert tickets with just a few easy clicks. These technological breakthroughs are taking the music industry to the next level, and we all know how innovative people are. The next new thing is just around the corner.